Okay, so in the middle of the week, everything on Nick at Night goes crazy. But remember, Weeknight update with Daily Viewer is coming at you with a whole lot of surprises, especially when those surprises come from Diamond Cammy, Anna Gale, Anastasia Jane, Kawaki Animation, and Laura Amy Williams, aka Laura on Duty. That's right. Fabrice, tell everybody what's coming up after that, will you?
After tonight's Weeknight Update episode, we get to interview Joey Headphones as he has decided to come back on Nick at Night. For a 2-hour legend. And to wrap tonight's program up, a double feature presentation for our late night movie time.
Alright. So, you do not want to miss that, especially the people like Kawaki Animation, Anastasia Jane, Hannah Gale, Diamond Cammy, and Laura Amy Williams, aka Laura on Duty on board. Oh, wait a minute. They're always on the show, but especially on a Wednesday night. So, please, do not miss it.
From the YouTube Dojo, no, Elizabeth Olsen does not live here, and I'm pretty sure that she doesn't even know what this show is all about, so keep that in mind. It's Weeknight out there, Ellie Muller, and now, here he is, the only guy who thinks that Elizabeth Olsen should really take some notes from Mary Kate Ashley Olsen's playbooks. I mean, come on. They were in show business long before Elizabeth ever got in, so don't even ask why that made any sense, or why that makes any sense. Mr. Ellie Cundy Muller! Ha! Welcome to Weeknight Update. I'm Ellie Cundy Muller, how we're going to Theme song is composed by Baby Down Creations, and it was remixed by Rocky Road 10. Down Cammy made the bumpers, Rocky Road 10 made the previews. The animation wizard is Kawaki Animation, and Rebecca K. Lunetta is responsible for being the announcement for talking time. Tonight on this program, you'll get some surprises from Kawaki Animation, Diamond Cammy, Anastasia Jane, Hannah Gale, and Laura Amy Williams, aka Laura on Duty. They are all wonderful at what they do, whether it's playing music or doing voiceover work. You know the rest, right? You know, they're just really, really good. You know what? And the Shoutout Spotlight winners tonight are once again for Hot Wheels Fanatic and once again for that Supercar Fanatic and Hot Wheels Fanatic with all things automobiles. Once for Albert Guns Radio Jingles channel with all things radio jingles. White is Chris and CC wins with random stuff, and Fanboy Films with all things late night. You know, and one of these days, this show will be added onto the conversation. You know what? Does it make much sense now? Probably not, but, you know, in this day and age, you never can tell. Alright, first, we got a lot of stuff to do tonight, but first, what's up? What's up with Elizabeth Olsen, a woman who is famous for one thing, having famous sisters. She asked her famous sisters, Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen, for advice not too long ago. The best they could do was this, right? They told her that, excuse me. They told her that no was a full sentence. Yes, but here's the thing. It's only one word. I mean, come on. Now, watch this. She said that the criticism of all the Marvel movies, you know, that criticism takes away from the crew behind those movies. Why? I thought that was all about money. I mean, come on. We truly need some help. I mean, one, you shouldn't criticize, you shouldn't criticize something before you see it. But at the same time, I'm like, really? An opinion is an opinion, okay? You either pay attention to it or you don't, okay? That's the way it works, okay? My goodness gracious. Let's check the top 8 list with MP and Mr. Bones. Here we go. Alright, what's tonight's category? Tonight's category, top 8 rejected Elizabeth Olsen movies. Number 8, Yikes! Number 7, Skunky! Number 6, How? Number 5, Why? Number 4, What? Number 3, who? Number 2, silly. And number 1, hat time. Hat time? Wait a minute. We're almost in the summer, man. Yeah, I know. It's almost fedora time. Yeah, that's it. There you go. Always, thank you. Thank you very much. You know how we do it around here. Get up down below, alright? I would love to do that with all you folks. You know, if you are interested in seeing more of this, then you know what to do. Like, you know, but I always say get up. You know, subscribe, ring the bell, share, whatever. Whatever you decide to do, whether it's one of those things or all those things, I appreciate it. We got more coming at you. This is still Weeknight Update. We'll be back. Here it is, your Friday night.
Will you make me the happiest man in the world? And let me pet your dog? Sure. Yeah! Puppy!
Your watch just stopped and your car's in the shop. The rent is due and your marriage is through. You're feeling uptight, but that's alright, cause you watch Nick at Night.
You watch Nick at Night.
Stan, you and Stella have been shopping all over town to find carpeting to match your sofa. Folks, don't you know Empire will bring the carpeting to you? We come right out with our samples, and you could have had the job done by now.
Oh, we don't mind, really.
Stella!
Empire has first-quality brand-name carpeting starting at only $6.95 a yard installed, with padding. And we'll bring the samples to you.
Stella! 588-2300 Empire!
Come on, call us.
Mr. Robert Scott and the boys. Hi, Ed. How you doing? Oh, man. What is it, Ed? I'm hearing about all these dangerous things that have been happening in the news again, and they're starting to get on my nerves. You know, what can we do? I don't know, Ed. I really don't know. And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because it brings us to a moment for everyone. You know, Ed is right. You know what? There have been a lot of dangerous things happening in the world lately. First, with, just in the past couple of weeks alone, we have had several major issues. You know, first in Buffalo, New York, with all the shootings and things like that. And now, actually, it was yesterday. Was it yesterday, or today, or the day before? I don't know. But anyway, long story short, there was a shooting, at a school in Texas, right? Where so many kids have lost their lives. First and foremost, quick moment of silence for those folks who had lost their lives and or their loved ones. Okay. A lot of people are thinking, how are we going to solve this problem? Folks, many people will tell you, many different things, and things like that, but most of the solutions that they come up with, aren't, smart. They don't make any sense whatsoever. They can make sense, but at the same time, they'll probably make us all broke. So, this is what I came up with, okay? This is very simple, alright? First and foremost, be kind to others, okay? Now I know this is kind of cliche, seeing as though Ellen DeGeneres made a whole big deal about, Ellen DeGeneres made a whole big deal about it every single episode to make it her catchphrase and things like that, but it's true. Be kind to one another. Of course, that does not mean, be kind to one another in public and then be horrible behind closed doors. No, okay? Now that's just That's first off. And number two, if you see something, you gotta say it, okay? Even if it takes you 15 years to actually get everybody on board, say something, all right? And finally, and this is very, very, very important, believe me, all right? If you ever feel overwhelmed, by what's going on in the news, if you ever feel overwhelmed by what's been happening in the news lately, outside of pop culture and things like that, give the news a break, all right? Give the big news a break, and just focus on this show, okay? I think that by doing those three things, I think we will be in good shape. I think. Let's have some talking time anyway. Let's talk about it, alright? Here we go.
And now, it's time to talk about it.
Now, here we go. Now, as some of you know, Elizabeth Olsen, this is true, alright, is related to Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, who had been in show business since the late 80s, with Full House. Now, I'm pretty sure you all remember Full House. Anyway, here's just it, alright? Excuse me. Elizabeth asked them, for advice on navigating fame and everything else, right? And they just said, no, it's a full sentence. And granted, it's important to sometimes say no, when you don't want to do something. Of course, don't say no when you have something that you have to do. Always say yes when there's an order to be done, unless, of course, the order is something that'll harm you, then, I don't know. But, I understand. She has turned down, everything such as, presenting at award shows and things like that. But, here's my theory, alright? If you keep saying no in show business, then eventually you're going to be out in the streets, alright? And that has happened to a lot of people, alright? So the Olsens should have been clear about that. They should have been a little more clear. They should have been clear about the whole thing. Oh my goodness gracious. My mind is going all over the place. I'm sorry, okay? This has been a topsy-turvy week here. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to tell you that, okay? It has been a topsy-turvy week. Now, check this out, okay? Elizabeth Olsen has been involved in several Marvel movies, and Marvel movies have been criticized a bunch of times by the people of the press, and in some cases, social media. But, here's the thing, okay? He said, just because Marvel is populated by tentpole movies made to make money, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad films. Which a lot of people have said that they have been bad films. Of course, we don't really know at this point, how everybody feels, so what can you do? Anyway, she said, I'm not saying we're making indie art films, but I just think it takes away from our crew, which bugs me. They're talking about the criticism and everything else. She's talking about... Yeah! I said it almost correctly the first time. Anyway, she said, these are some of the most amazing set designers, costume designers, camera operators, and I feel diminishing them. That kind of criticism takes away from all the people who do award-winning films that also work on these projects. Well, Elizabeth Olsen should be rewarded for, no, not rewarded. She should be applauded for standing up for her team. I just wish that sometimes she would think, before trying to start a fight or anything like that. But, what can you do, folks? What can you do? Anyway, that is it for tonight. The experiment warm-ups are coming at you. The experiment warm-up segment is coming up. And you don't want to miss that. It's going to have a lot of surprises. I'm going to, recover from making so many mistakes. And I'll see you back here again tomorrow, okay? That is the news, Damowski. Farewell, bye, farewell.
Hey, look. It's the experiment warm-ups. Right there. This morning, you two will be talking about Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen? That's right. She's related to Mary Kate and Ashley.
You got it, dude.
Do you really think that's necessary?
Sorry, Sonic.
Okay. Let's just get on with the show, huh? Elizabeth Olsen is somewhere in Hollywood. Who cares? It's time for Tales and Tie Discuss. And now here are the two creatures who will talk about Elizabeth Olsen for you. Tales and Tie Prower.
Good morning. I'm Tails Prower. And I'm Ty Prower. And this is Tales and Tie Discuss.
This morning we're gonna talk about Elizabeth Olsen.
Her sisters, Mary Ann and Kate, gave her some interesting advice on acting a while ago. And this is what they told her. No is a full sentence.
Well, actually, it's also a word, so I don't understand why that rule exists.
Well, if they meant to say no means no, then that would have made a lot more sense.
Anyway, Elizabeth said that the criticism behind the Marvel movies also takes away from the crew behind the movies.
Really? That's what people have been saying about some of our inventions.
Do we need to go over what happened last week?
You're right.
The show's over. The show's over.
Jeez, Elkins, chill.
Yep, it's time to go. Have a tailtastic day, everyone, and remember to keep those discussions going. See you next week!
This has been Tales and Tie Discuss. Now stay tuned for Susan and Amy, the morning show starring Robert Wilson, and Rise and Shine with Lunetta Dove and Sonic the Hedgehog. See it all on Nick at Night.
This has been a Casting Shoe production.
Tales and Tie Discuss was brought to you in part by Diamond Cami, Kyrell McKay Animation, Hannah Gale, and by viewers like you. Thank you.
Sega!
There's great TV pleasure at your command. Hello out there from TV Land. Nick at Night brings it home to you.
King Kyrell, when will you finally understand that Susan Kane and Hannah Gale aren't the same?
Come on, boss. Hannah Gale is playing Susan Kane, and every time that she says something, doesn't she sound a little like Hannah?
Yeah, but come on. Very soon you'll say that Amy is Hannah too. And for kicks, you'll also say that Sonic the Hedgehog is Cam Cam.
That's insane!
Come on, boss. You know that your girl Susan is really Hannah.
Guys, come on. This is going nowhere. Let's just go to Susan and Amy, please.
Okay,
boss.
When
Hannah reveals herself to be Susan, remember that we told you so.
Really? Some people say that they're both Hannah Gale, but we all know the truth. They're Susan and Amy.
Hi, welcome to our show. I'm Susan Kane.
And I'm Amy Rose. What's wrong, Susan?
Well, some people are saying that Hannah Gale and I are the same.
But you're not the same.
Right? Two people not only think I'm Hannah Gale, but they also think that Hannah should start fooling around with my electric alley.
Why would anyone think that when he clearly belongs to you? Also, who are the ridiculous fools that think that?
Hello?
Hi.
We need to talk.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I need to calm her down. Hey!
What's wrong with them?
I have no idea.
Well, let me take you over to your studio.
Gotta go fast.
Stay pretty and stay pink. Toodles! Wait for me!
This has been Susan and Amy. Now stay tuned for the morning show starring Wilbur Wilson and rising giant Lunetta and Sonic the Hedgehog on all the Nick at Night stations.
Are we going to be alright?
I hope so.
Gotcha! Susan and Amy was funded in part by Diamond Cammy, Hannah Gale, that's me, Cairo McKay Animation, and by viewers like you. Thank you!
Sega!
Nick at Night. When late night TV breaks, we fix it.
That's right. You better not take my man, Hannah. I'm not!
When life seems dull, here's how to make things bright. Get classic TV pleasure from Nick at Night.
Nick at Night.